Hey everyone, Crypto Hotep here with another video. As I said before in my last video, trying to stay consistent with the recordings, and this one is no different here. This may be a shorter video, but in any regard, this one involves crypto LRC or Loopring, and this is another trade, another spot trade review that I've done. One thing that I learned about myself during the whole trading journey is one important factor is knowing when you're not doing something right consistently. And one thing that I could never do consistently right or good was shorting and shorting the market and trying to call the top and obviously predicting the top to go down. I could never do that right. I was better at a long or a buy. And a lot of the stress about trading was brought in when I added leverage and I was doing um, a lot of long trading with leverage. Trading didn't become fun, if you will, or enjoyable until I just let go of the whole leverage and went straight spot trading. And that's what I've been doing for the past, I want to say, 7 or 8 months now, and I've switched, and it's made a heck of a lot of difference. My P&L has gone through the roof the past 6 or 7 months. Had the best trading months that I can think of in February. Is has is close to being wrapped up as my best month of the year so far. Obviously, the year just started, but good things to come. So, just getting in the video here. This one is, as I mentioned, this one is Loopring, ticker, crypto ticker symbol LRC. This crypto in particular, it's very methodical the way it moves. So it does play nice with levels and patterns, what I found. So as always, I keep the receipts here. So on February 19th around 8 o'clock, I did tweet that I was interested in LRC at this specific level. Okay. And that was February 19th. And so what made me interested in this? Well, again, let's take a step back and let's go to the monthly as we always do. Okay. And then let's switch to our line chart. So this crypto in particular has a lot of historic price action, which is fantastic for me because again, I do trade on the higher time frame. So my higher time frame or my key levels are on the monthly. Okay. So on the monthly, when I go to the line chart, I'm looking for straight straight angled movements of price, if you will. So what I mean is movements such as this right here, where there's a straight point, rejection, and a move up. Straight point, rejection, move up. Straight point, rejection, move down, move up. Very similarly here. So one question that typically comes is, well, why didn't you get this? Why didn't you mark this? Well, because knowing price, I'm pretty sure if I switch this back to candlesticks, there's a wick that's going through here. So that validates this level. Let's go ahead and make sure. Yep, there's a wick here. So I want to have as many touches as I can on a level to add to the confluence and to validate it. So that's why I went with this level, because as you can see, not only do you have an overlapping wick here, but it also acted as resistance here when price came up and tapped into it to go back down. So that was the first step. We got our levels. And I did then go on to the daily chart. Or no, I'm sorry, I went to the weekly chart just to see key key support and resistance levels that would correspond to the daily. And what I mean is I specifically looked for daily levels on the weekly. So this is what I mean. I went to the weekly and I saw where price was, and on February 19th, which was around right here. And so I said, okay, price is over here. what's the nearest target that it can get to? Okay. So again, we're on the weekly. So I looked here, I saw that um, price was attracted to this point here, 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 and you can say here and here as well. So I said, okay, more than likely, if I switch to the daily is going to be attracted to that price as well. And then I went down to the bottom here and saw this level here. And what I typically look for are areas where price has respected both support and resistance. So that's as support and resistance. And here you can see we have support, resistance, and then we also have resistance. Even though price kind of came through, then went up, it still didn't support it here and it was just rejected by it. So I said, okay, that's a viable level. So what I typically do is I will take my horizontal ray tool here and then I'll just mark the area and then do a little movements here just to get somewhat close, and then I'll take my rectangle tool and draw a box around it. So that's what I did with the support and resistance. So now I have a potential goal in mind where I see price pushing through this key level. So now I finally went to the daily, and then I still stayed on my line chart because I wanted to ensure that we had multiple touch points on my daily support levels that I drew off the weekly, which I can see that I do. Right here, we see this twice. This is really good. And then right here, this acted as support. So fantastic. Okay, so now I switch to my regular candlesticks and I zoom in here. And what I noticed a couple things here. So here we have a downtrend. We have a downtrend from, let's call it 36 cents. So we have a downtrend that started here. This level, even though it is a daily key level that we took off the weekly, it didn't support price and price crashed right through it. And then price came up, retested it, even though it didn't touch this area, came really close. So I'm going to count that, and then came back down. Okay. Then it came up, retested that key level. So price again was drawn to that level again, and then came back down. This is a monthly key level here. It did support it, as you can see, just a little bit. And then we came down, and then that's when it came to the daily support. And then at daily support, we had a change of character. And I did note that. So change of character means that you have a break of a downtrend or uptrend movement. So here, the change of character was the break of the downtrend, potentially to move back up. Okay. And as you can see, price did take a little bit of time under the 100 MA, which is this yellow or kind of orange yellow line here. Took a little bit of time under the 100 MA, but again, it didn't break further down. So it didn't break further down past it. The key level of support held price. And not only that, price did break through the key level. So once I saw price break through that key level on February 19th, right here on this candlestick, I was interested. So I said I'd be very interested in buying around the 25 cents range, and I did place a bid in this key level. My thought process for that was a couple things. You have daily support here. If price collapses and goes down to daily support, history tells us that it's been respected. So I I had a lot of faith in price being held up on that point. Another thing is versus my previous trade that was around 70%. This trade is only about 11, a little bit over 11.5%. Still a great percentage of a win for a trade, but we were looking for a quick move up here, and that's all I wanted. So what I did see is I saw price come up, and then all I was expecting was a simple break and retest to the daily key level that we drew. Because what I was expecting was one or two things. Either price would tap into this key level, then come back down for another retest of the monthly key level to finally push up, or with the momentum and volume that it has, break, retest, and it may break above this level, which it currently is doing right now. So one other thing with this trade is I did also buy at different levels. So I did set initially my buy at 25.65. I expected price to dip down low, below there, which it did. And so I doubled down on LRC and bought at 24.98. And then when I saw price hovering around 25 again, I went in and got 20 and bought at 25.25 again. And all in all, we got a simple bounce, a simple break, retest bounce off of that 100 MA as well, right there, and the target. Great trade, fast trade. I believe it only took about 3 or 4 days here, and I essentially got out. So another thing that I learned is to take emotion out of trading. Just set your automatic bids, set your automatic sales, walk away, and let the system do its work. And that's what I did. I still do monitor my trades, but for right now, it's easier to monitor when you're on a higher time frame because you don't have to be glued to the screen and you don't have to be very attentive to each specific price movement at every single minute, where the daily candle is literally 24 hours in one candle. It makes it a little bit easier to watch price, a little bit more relaxed approach. And I found out that is my strategy and it also aligns with my attitude. So all in all, great trade. But as with anything, hope this video was helpful for you. And if you have any suggestions, any type of charting you want to see, feel free and let me know. But thank you and happy trading.